All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My brothers and sisters over at YouTube. Sorry, Pastor Dowell here. Hey, check this out. We all know by now that there's been a mass shooting in Colorado, right? A mass shooting in Colorado. Hey, babe, can you move that water right there and put this over there? There's been a mass shooting in Colorado, right? And with this mass shooting in Colorado, they show one picture or one video of one guy handcuffed, had blood streaming down his leg. We don't know if that's it just yet, but we do know this: 10 people are dead, including the police officer. And I'm going to use this. I'm going to say it again. I know I sound prophetic at times. Believe me, I know I do. Well, how many times have I told you, you don't get to pick the day, the time, or the hour when the evil comes your way? Well, eyewitness accounts said that they heard gunfire. Let's talk about response. All right, let's talk about response. Someone was at the back of the store, and they heard gunfire up front. They didn't go to see what was going on. They didn't go check out the scene. They didn't go see who was doing the shooting. They got out of there. They got out of there, jumped off the docks, jumped out the back, went through the back. Some people just couched and behind gondolas and stuff, just waiting for I don't know what they're waiting on and stuff, but the whole idea is when you're in the public area like that. How many times have I said this? That criminals or people who have this make my day moment. And I tell you, man, what's the name of the other guy that did that mass shooting just this week? Where he went into this Asian restaurant into Atlanta. And then he turned around and the police actually reported he was just having a bad day. I said, you gotta be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Now, why ain't the news media and everybody calling this domestic terrorism? Because that's exactly what it is. This is domestic terrorism. And why is that guy still alive getting 3 squares on a cot? How is he was able to be taken in custody? Matter of fact, both of them. Well, you know I got my own particular answers about that. You go figure it out. But this cat in Colorado, man, he went to another soft target grocery store. And this time it's a grocery store. This time it wasn't a school. It wasn't a church. I hate to say this, movie theater. Because, boy, that'd be a bad place right there. But, man, again, soft targets, taking folks out. I mean, shooting people like you're playing duck hunt. And just killing people and taking them off into eternity. And what I tell you, the time and hour that we living in, I told you, I said this 1,000 times, I said it again, I'm going to say it again and again and again. When people don't have nothing to lose, they lose it, and people are losing it out here. And mind you, all this mass shootings and stuff is happening under what? Joe Biden's watch. And what's going to be the answers? Take away the guns, which they ain't not going to be able to do anyway. But see, the proper response and the answer is this. Do like Tennessee is doing. Tennessee Senate just got finished passing constitutional carry in the state. That means everybody can carry. Everybody can carry without gun classes and all this other stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in that 100%, but then you got a lot of people that say that they advocate 2A, but if you're in the business, meaning you own gun ranges or you either own gun stores, sure you want people to come take the class because that's how you make money. But the bottom line is that constitutional right, I don't even know why we even arguing over it. It's clear cut as day. It makes no difference whether you like it or not. You should be able to bear arms, and that bearing arms should not be infringed on, period. Somebody said, well, we're going to turn to the Wild Wild West. No, we ain't going to turn to the Wild Wild West, that I promise you. But I do know this. I do know when everybody is armed. Think about this. People think twice when they see people with guns, or there's a perceived or perception that people are all armed. They would think twice about going into these soft areas and shooting, knowing that they could get taken out and get a bullet in their head. What do you think?
They would.
I know they would. You think about that for a second. Some way, somehow, it brings a lot of respect. It literally brings a lot of respect from people and stuff when people are armed. But we got another domestic terrorist threat, or let's say a terrorist murder and killing just took place again on American soil, the second, all within a month. I mean, and these terrorists, I'm telling you, they fit a certain demographic. Yes, they do. And man, it is sad. It is sad. Now, wouldn't it have been nice if somebody was up front, armed and ready, was able to fight fire with fire and eliminate that threat? You don't have to have all that. Isn't it funny how all the police show up, the FBI show up, everybody's showing up, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, all of them sitting outside with their ARs pointed at the door, away from fire. Huh? SWAT team showing up, everybody walking around, sashaying and carrying on like as if they're some type of mavericks or something. And when the fire was going on, nobody went in. Now see, this is where veterans come in right here. Because I'm sure, and I'm telling you, if there was an old veteran in that store and he was armed and he was infantry, at that, it'd probably been a different story. It'd probably been a different story. And I tell you, I have literally trained my mind, because in the military, they train you to go to the fire. But man, when you become a civilian, you have to literally train your mind. You hear shots fired, the first thing you do is you get the hell out of you get the hell out of the AO, and then as long as they ain't shooting and killing you, which and that's not a bad attitude. Here you are, you have the training, you have the know-how, you have the experience to know how to go and eliminate the threat. But because of the wicked laws here in the United States of America, we have to actually hightail it and run and let a lot of other people get killed dead and let them get shot dead so the police can come at the last minute when all the carnage and everything is done so they can write a report. And they're going to show up with about 50 or 100 of them for one guy. One guy. I tell you, I don't know. Do I sound like I'm off? I don't think I'm off, but I tell you, it's just utterly remarkable and amazing.